Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds.
Welcome to 40 Something Podcast.
My calculations are correct. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
It's a little childish and stupid, but then so is high school.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Be excellent to each other.
I feel the need for speed. Ow!
Get to the chopper!
There's something very important I forgot to tell you. Don't cross the stream.
All right, important safety tip. Thanks, Egan.
One shall stand, one shall fall.
There can be only one.
And now your hosts, Trevor Schaefer and Jerry Mullen.
Hello, and welcome to episode 22 already. Double douche. Uh-oh. Jerry is muted still.
There we go.
There you go.
There we go. I'm sorry. I muted it for the opening. I guess I forgot about it. Right, but right in the middle of that, my Safari browser just crashes.
Oh.
You disappear. I'm like, shit, what happened? You know what I mean? That's why I started.
Is that what you were giving the thumbs down during the Top Gun?
No, I was giving the thumbs down to the Top Gun reference because I hate that movie.
You used to say you love that movie.
No, I hate that movie.
Oh.
I like a lot of Tom Cruise's work. Don't get me wrong, but that one's pretty bad.
Better than The Mummy.
Oh, yeah, oh no, leaps and bounds beyond The Mummy. Hudson Hawk is better than The Mummy, and that's said a lot coming from me.
That does say a lot, yes,
yeah.
yes. And I have to give Tom Cruise some credit. I mean, he didn't write it, but our favorite first-person shooter of all time got its name from a Tom Cruise movie called The Color of Money. I don't know if you know that story.
No, I don't. Elaborate, please.
It's a movie starring Tom Cruise.
Well, I know what The Color of Money is.
Yeah, Paul Newman. But Paul Newman asks him what's in the case when he gets his pull cue, and he just looks at him and goes, "Doom."
Oh!
And that's where John Carmack and...
that's probably in the Doom Bible.
Actually, it's in the book I love. Highly recommended. It's called The Masters of Doom. I can't see. Nope. Ironically, Optimus Prime is hiding the spine, or I tell you who it was written by. But yes, it's an excellent. It tells you from the days before id was id, and right up until John Romero broke off, and how John Carmack was doing things to just annoy the living shit out of John Romero and his company, Ion Storm.
Speaking of Ion, I still can't wait for Ion Maiden. I have seen now trailers where it's definitely coming out for the Xbox One and the PS4 and all that, which really could be ran on a fucking Windows 98 computer probably at this fucking point. But
I mean, I could literally run that off my iPhone. I mean, let's be honest here right now. I
played Shadow Warrior. I beat Shadow Warrior and Duke Nukem 3D on my iOS.
Yeah.
Not like that guy I sent Pro Blood and Pro.
Oh yeah.
Did you ever watch that?
I have not. It's on the list.
Fail. Massive fail.
The problem.
Go ahead.
Well, you said it wasn't kid friendly.
It is not kid friendly.
And that's the problem. I mean, my kid friendly time is like this, and the non kid friendly time overlaps with sleep. So.
Sleeps for the weak. Anyway,
it is.
Except when you're tired,
Well, you just randomly pass out on the couch for 6 hours.
Yeah, I did that. We did that today. I had a long day last night, this morning, and then which translation for you non-Irish people means I drank a lot, and then I had to get up this morning, I didn't have to get up this morning, but I got up this morning, and then I had to go to my kids' dance show in Kirby Park today, and then came back home and we all fell asleep for like 3 hours.
I knew you were drunk last night. You sent me that message. I've had 17 so far. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then when you texted me, you never call me anymore. And I'm like, oh yeah, he's drunk.
Yeah. Very much, yes.
I'm like, I don't call you, I text you. Oh, that's true. It's like, yeah.
I was sober enough to keep myself out of trouble, though. So, that's what all counts in the end, I guess. So, there was a big release this week. I think, well, there's two of them. We could say now that this will be Avengers-free show.
Yes.
100%, because neither one of us has seen it. So.
Correct. Tried to get tickets today for me and the wife, and I was stupid because tickets have been on sale for 3 weeks and couldn't get 2 seats together anywhere this weekend to save our lives. Unless we wanted to sit in those 2 aisles right in front of the screen, to which, no, I like my neck and vision.
Yeah, I like my, I like neck. I don't like neck pain. I got enough of it in a regular basis.
I don't need to be, wow!
You can see right up Tony's nose.
Unless Scarlett Johansson was going to be topless, then I would do in those rows, but...
Yeah, but you wouldn't want your wife there.
She probably wouldn't mind. She's cool like that.
Okay, that's fair. So...
Oh, quick side story. So, my daughter had to go for an x-ray. Unfortunately, the kids... Within 1 week, both kids came down with pneumonia. How does that happen, first of all?
Because you have 2 kids in the same house.
So, but my wife had to take my daughter for a chest x-ray. And I was down at the cemetery working. And I knew they were going there. So I just texted her. I said, hey, I'm taking a break for lunch. Are you guys done? Like, yeah, we just got done. So I was right down at General Hospital. I said, how about I meet you at the McDonald's right down there? So we go down there and place our order, and the one manager comes over and goes, oh, honey, here's some stickers for you. She gives her 2 Avengers stickers. She looks at it, rips the 2 stickers in half, and goes, here, Daddy, I know this one's your favorite, and hands me a Black Widow. I'm like, yep, my daughter knows me well.
Train that girl right. So, I really like the fact that Josh Brolin went on his Instagram page about the Avengers and said, stop sharing spoilers.
Yes.
Please.
This is probably the second biggest movie of the year to not share spoilers with. So please, right now, and then Christmas with the last Star Wars film.
Yes. Don't screw it up for everybody.
No. So there's a
talk about it amongst people who've seen it. Leave us the shallows who have not seen it yet. See it.
And then I told you our big quandary is the wife and I have a date night next week tomorrow, next Sunday. And the original plan was to see John Wick 3. And it's my own fault. I forgot about Endgame because, I don't know, movies that have a lot of hype to it I don't tend to get into. So I told the wife, my wife really wants to see Endgame. So I'm like, okay, well, next weekend we could change it to Endgame if you want. Do you want John Wick 3 or Endgame? And to me, there's no winners and no losers in that choice. No. You're getting a hell of a movie either way. It's just a matter of, do you want Keanu Reeves kicking ass, or do you want the Avengers doing
kicking
something possibly? No spoilers. Yeah. We don't know what happens. So
yeah. I mean,
although I did hear a rumor that I'm pretty sure is wrong that Batman dies in it.
Yeah, I heard something about that, but I don't think he belongs.
I'm pretty sure that's not going to be true.
I think he's in the X-Men.
Yeah.
So.
Wouldn't that be as of right now. Wouldn't that be a hoot? In the middle of it, the X-Men show up, since now they own the license. Well, you know what?
Everybody was really wishing for that because, they own the rights to all that now.
Yeah.
They wanted the X-Men to show up, Deadpool to have a cameo, the Fantastic Four to peek their head in, So at this point, you realize that the Avengers are in the middle of New York, and they're also surrounded by the X-Men, the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
The Defenders are all in New York. It goes on and on. There's tons of heroes that live in New York. Apparently, it's really bad to live in New York in the Marvel Cinematic Universe or in general.
And all those people live there, and there's still crime. How does that happen?
Yeah, I know. That's why you think nobody would try shit in Metropolis.
Yeah.
Or Gotham at all. But it's usually the morons. It's usually your super bad guys, if you want to say that. Super villains give that a try. So.
But Minneapolis is safe because, no superheroes apparently.
Yeah. Why don't you try that up in Canada?
Yeah.
I'm sure you can get away with some of that there. They'll just be nice to you and tell you no. So. What the hell are they listening to out there? Can you hear that?
I could definitely hear that. That's some kind of like...
It must be... Oh, that's got to be TikTok.
So since we said, no spoilers, and the other movie we're going to do no spoilers, but we can talk about the Star Wars trailer that dropped in between shows.
I don't. Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
I'm like, you haven't seen the teaser yet for?
Oh, of course I did.
Yes.
I thought we talked about this last week.
Did we?
Yeah. The only reason I said that I really didn't think it was all that great.
Oh, that's right. I thought it dropped in between this. I thought that was a
it's
text
right before
conversation.
the last one we had it.
Okay.
I didn't think the trailer was all that great.
Okay.
All right.
And then we did have this conversation. It wasn't my medication.
Pills.
So.
Angry Joe button.
You fucked it up.
Yeah.
So let's.
It always makes me laugh there.
It does.
Uh,
we'll actually use the soundboard this week, I promise.
Yeah. Even though we spend a lot of time making sure it works and then just forget we have it.
Yeah, seriously.
So, all right. So we talked about the Avengers and their lack of seeing it, and
yes.
So we go on to the other big release of the week, which was Dead or Alive 7. Wait.
Wow.
No, just kidding. People are texting me. Which was Mortal Kombat 11.
Oh, yes.
Mortal Kombat 11 released for all the biggies this week. I don't know if it released for PC.
It did.
It did?
Yes.
And it's not broken like the last couple?
No,
Wow.
It's broken.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well, by golly. Anyway, I had to tell my kids to turn that shit down. It is, first off, I have to say, if you followed this story up to this point, then you're pretty good. Now I know we talked right before the show that you're done with the story mode, and I'm
yes.
only on chapter 5, so that's about where we can talk about it. But I went through the towers and the towers of time. I'm up to chapter 5 in the story mode. I did some versus battles with my nephew here the other day. And you know what? It just plays so crisp.
It does.
It does. How is it on the Switch? Is it
Well, let's just say I'm happy I could play this one because I was locked out of 10 because I didn't have anything that could play it.
Sure.
The cinematics, especially during the story mode, look fantastic. I'm watching the same cinematics you are. They're
Sure.
all pre-rendered. They look fantastic. When you get into the actual match, you drop to about PS3 quality. But
That's not terrible, though.
But sometimes with certain characters, it drops below PS3 quality.
Oh, really?
The worst is Jackie Briggs. Her hair is nothing but white with some like almost black static flecks in it. And what's the character's name? Because she was in 10. Devora.
Yeah, the one with the bug.
The bug. Her movements are very jerky and there's a lot of jaggies. But the gameplay is smooth.
Yes.
That's the important part because even Ed Boon came on and he guaranteed the Switch, the battle sequences would run at 60 frames per second, and they do. And it's fantastic.
Yeah. I'll tell you. And you know what? Besides the problems, which we're going to get into, we're going to talk about them.
Yes.
But overall, just playing the game is fun. And it's got a lot of really dark moments, the story and the regular game. It's got a lot. If you play as Johnny Cage, you got all the hilarious moments out of the game. They're fucking great, you know. His brutality's hilarious. Both his fatalities are just fucking comical, and that's what the point is, you know. He's that kind of character, but all the other ones are just disgusting, you know, and that's the point. But I'd say the regular towers they're good. You know what I mean? They have options to do, like, you know, dragon challenges and things like that as you go up the pipe, you know. And the towers of time are like the other ones from MKX that change every there's one that's like changes every hour, and then there's one that changes every day and every week or whatever, you know. Or somewhere along that line. I just played the hourly one just to give it a try real quick or whatever it was, the fastest one. But up to chapter 5 in the story mode, I just finished with Johnny Cage, and it's, you know, it's great.
It is.
It really is. To see these characters face their younger selves, the ones that can in the game, or their dead selves, if you kind of know the lore there, is awesome. Old Ed Boon, the NetherRealms guy, have easily weaved all MK9, X, and 11 together perfectly.
And I'm trying not to. I don't want to ruin the story for you, but there are going to be tons of callbacks to the previous games.
Yeah,
that are fantastic.
I like the one Kano meets his MK3 kind of self.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty neat. Or Johnny Cage telling him go back to the 90s. You know, that was pretty funny too. But overall, I mean, besides the ludicrous amount of shit to unlock, like that's
where they.
You fucked it up.
Yeah, thank you, Joe. I had not really looked into that stuff before I saw Joe's video about it. Did you see his video about the MK11
Oh yeah,
tower?
I saw the video, but I knew about it beforehand because it was hitting the internet everywhere.
Yeah,
and I did not know about the crypt until that point, but I did find out some other things yesterday about the crypt, which kind of contradict Joe, but it's an exception to the rule. But first things first, the crypt, everyone, the crypt has been in since
I think, Deadly Alliance.
I think it was Deadly Alliance. Yeah, I'm looking up at it was a PS2. I think it was Deadly Alliance or Deception, one of the two. Whatever one came first, the crypt came. But the crypt was always the same. My copy, your copy, crypt number 100 gave you whatever gave me a crypt number 100.
Yeah.
But now everything is randomly generated. So what you get in space number 10, I'm definitely not going to get in space number 10, but apparently there's character hearts and character heads. I brought up an article yesterday on Twin Galaxies. They talk about it. That these are permanent fixtures that they do not randomly generate. So, I mean, if you go on Twin Galaxies, there's a great article about it that will actually give you the coordinates excuse me, for each of the characters' heads and hearts, which I think the heads go onto this stage. I was looking at a screenshot this afternoon about it, and after I got out of the shower, and apparently there's like a wall and you place everybody's head there. Like, it's weird, but the one thing I will say about this crypt that I really enjoyed is it takes you through a lot of the old stages.
It does. You know, I got up through, I didn't go into a lot of it. Mm-hmm. I just kind of walked through a chunk of it, smashing stuff with the hammer. I think it's really funny.
Getting your one coin for each vase you break, like you're like Maximo.
You know, sometimes you get 4, you know, it was like, woo, you know. Yeah. But I had like 150,000 coins when I went in there.
Yeah.
For the first time. Because I played I played some of the story mode, not some of the story mode, but I played through towers and stuff, and you earn coins like crazy in that game, but you don't earn them nearly as fast enough as you need them.
Yes.
Because if you've seen any of the articles, and if you've seen if you've seen Joe's video, or there's another channel I follow called Maximilian Dude. I don't know if you watch him or not, but
I know Beat 'em Ups did one yesterday. I didn't get a chance to watch it, but by the title of it, it's pretty much the same exact thing Joe was talking about.
Yeah. So, but the thing is about all these videos, and it's stuff that NetherRealm already has started to address.
Yes.
According to them, anyway. Now, whether or not that'll really happen,
I don't know how much they're going to address the time crystal thing, because that's the big controversy is the time crystals, because time crystals are, I mean, that's how you get your costumes, is they cost time crystals. 500 time crystals equals $5. So as you used to put it, space bucks.
It's space bucks, right? They're time bucks, you know, basically is what they're going over.
Now, if we don't want to go through the crypt, every day there's a set of costumes that are available for purchase. And then some last 5 hours, some last a whole day that you could purchase it. Or you could go into the crypt and find them. But again, they cost time crystals. And what I didn't know until Joe's, and I did not confirm this with anything, but Angry Joe was saying that there's 60 skins per character.
I've seen a bunch of different skins for characters, but I assumed they were accessories. You know, you could change their accessories.
Yeah, but no, there are skins, because I was playing out with the customization yesterday.
Okay.
And you could go in there to the skin. I mean, and it's just huge block of skins, and you could scroll through, and all of them are pretty much locked because you have to find them or pay for them. But when you go through story mode, and when you play through the towers, I've seen characters with skins that are variations on other skins. Like I played yesterday, a current, how the hell do we say classic Kano and current age Kano? But the current Kano, he was wearing a pirate hat. I've seen Cabal with human skin, with no mask, human with mask, skin with no mask. I mean, it's like where he's burnt and stuff like that. I mean, I've seen.
They seemed like nickel dime variations.
Or not? Did I say Kano? I meant Cabal.
No, you did. You said both. You were good.
So, but I mean, there's just so many different variations. Devora had a face shield on at one, and then she was like in all this golden armor. I mean, there's just such a variation that I can kind of believe that there's 60 skins, which Joe and Wood from Beat 'em Ups did the math. And if you were to go on there and buy everything, all the skins, using time crystals and purchasing the time crystals, it'll cost you close to $6,600 to unlock everything.
Now that's crazy.
And the only other way to get it, and this is where I cringed at first, because I'm like, it can't be this bad, until I really started getting into the game after I beat story mode, and I was sitting there playing tower after tower after tower, just getting everybody's ending. And yeah, it's grindy as shit to try to get some of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, each time I beat a tower, I got a whopping 10 time crystals. So I mean, I need to beat them.
You get them if you do challenges on the towers too, the dragon challenges. You can get them that way, sort of. But you know what you seem to get more of are worthless quick fatalities.
Yes.
You ever see those things? They've been around since Mortal Kombat 9, by the way, if you didn't know that. Mortal Kombat, the quick fatalities are, I'm sorry, they're ridiculous.
Technically, they were around from Mortal Kombat Trilogy because there was a cheat code to do one-button fatals. What?
We're moving on.
Well, it's a. Oh, never mind.
We're moving on because I'm not even addressing that.
Why aren't you going to address the cheat code?
Yeah, we're not addressing that.
Okay.
So I'm not a fan of the quick fatalities. And there's quick brutalities, and there's all kind of other shit you can do. The other thing that kind of leaked out of Mortal Kombat 11 was the supposed DLC roster that's coming. Somebody, I guess, backwards.
They data mined the Switch information because
information. So we knew Shang Tsung was coming, voiced by the original Shang Tsung from the movie Carrie, whatever that guy's name is. I can't pronounce it. Which is great.
He greets you the first time you go into the crypt, which is great.
And that's how I heard his voice, and I'm like, just fucking take my soul. Yeah, I know who you are. You know. So, and then the rest of the characters were kind of data mined out. The Joker, which I'm assuming will be the one from.
Injustice, maybe.
Injustice, yeah. Nightwolf, which is whatever.
Yeah.
The Terminator.
I'm curious, is this going to be Arnold or is this going to be an endoskeleton?
I'm hoping both.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping that he battle damages into the
endoskeleton.
The endoskeleton.
The T-800.
Yeah. Or will it be Arnold Schwarzenegger looking the whole time? I'm hoping it looks like. Yeah, I'm really hoping for the Arnold Schwarzenegger version. I doubt we're going to get that. And then we also have Sindel come back, which she's like who fucking cares about her? Spawn from obviously the classic combo, who's kind of been around since forever, but Spawn would be a good character in the Mortal Kombat universe.
He was fun to play in Soul Calibur 2 for the Xbox. Yeah. He was fun for that.
Let's see. We have Fujin will be part of the.
Oh boy! Hey, look who we got here.
Hey, it's our special guest referee.
Hi, Addie. Are you going to bed?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Can I have my kiss?
Aww.
I love you.
And what's that circle?
What?
The circle.
The circle?
Yeah.
That's from Mortal Kombat. You want to say hi to Jerry?
Hi.
Oh.
Still scared of me.
You're a male, that's why.
Yeah.
I always.
How about Kate? Ready? See this camera right here? Give it a thumbs up. Thumbs up. Come on. Thumbs up. No. Okay. Good night, honey. Close the door behind you.
No, the door hit. Anyway. I'm just kidding.
I don't know what you said. I don't know.
All right.
She probably told me to go fuck
Fujin,
myself.
Was
I never liked Fujin. I know.
But it's neat to see another one of the gods of the Earth realm be in it. I kind of always liked Fujin, the concept of him. Shiva, which Here's my problem with Shiva. In every game they put her in after Mortal Kombat 3, they try to make her sexy, and that doesn't work for her.
Yeah.
Works for a lot of other characters in Mortal Kombat universe. But the one I think I'm most excited, and I hope you are too.
Oh yes.
Is Ash from the Ash Williams from the Evil Dead series is going to be.
That's going to be awesome.
Supposedly be a DLC creature. Creature.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I saw the word creature on my screen. I guess I just kind of correlated together.
But I hope they get Bruce Campbell to voice Ash. They have
man,
to.
it
They
won't
have
work
to.
without him.
Oh.
You know, it just won't. I mean, either way, it'll be fun to play as the character because Ash would fit right in this
cocky ass.
Yeah, well, no, but I mean in this completely bizarre universe that Mortal Kombat has created now. You know, I hope it comes in and he's like a friend of Johnny Cage's. You know what I mean? Like, oh, hey, I know this guy. Yeah.
You know, have him go up against Cassie Cage and go, give me some sugar, baby. You know, just something like that.
That'd be so great. You know, he'd have to do every famous line he ever had.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You wouldn't, you know. But I think it was like, you'd want him to pull out the Necronomicon.
That would
for
be
fatalities.
Yeah, for fatalities. I can see that. He opens up the book and they get sucked into the book.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. But I mean,
or into the root cellar.
Oh, God. That's the stuff of nightmares, man.
And all the little ashes come out from the windmill.
Yes. There's a ton of cool fatalities that could happen here.
Yeah.
Or even just, I mean, getting shot in Mortal Kombat 11 doesn't mean anything.
No.
So him pulling out the old boomstick won't matter. I mean, it'll be nice, but...
And I want an alternate skin with Evil Ash.
Yes. Do you want Evil Ash before he was dead or after he was dead?
No, after he was dead, definitely.
Okay. Because I think Evil Ash before he was dead is pretty funny, too.
It's just Ash. I mean, it's just another attitude.
I know. But I think he's different cocky.
But I want him in the bone armor and everything.
His face is all chopped up right here, you know. Hey, you got something on your face. It's one of my favorite parts of that film. So, yeah, I really hope that these DLC / guest characters, however you want to see it, and people got different names for it, do come true. Because there's a lot of characters that, except for Shiva, Sindel, Fujin, I mean, a lot of them would be neat to see. Nightwolf was in 9. I don't know if Shiva was. I can't really remember. Does it say here?
I don't believe she was. Sindel was in 9 because Jack hates it when I use Sindel because I'm used to using her from 3.
Yeah. Although the Terminator will be good. I'd like to know how Shang Tsung's going to play. Are you going to morph?
You have to. It's Shang Tsung.
I know. Wait, no, stop. Are they going to morph, or is he just going to be like Shinnok, who just had their moves instead of morphing? He just had their moveset.
I think we're at a point now, and it was like that in 9, where there was no load time for the morphing.
Yeah, you're right.
It was a little different, like when we had the N64 PS3 version, or not PS3, the N64 Mortal Kombat 3 version, where you'd morph and the whole entire thing would freeze for about 3 seconds.
You'd be like, it'd be loading.
Yeah.
I know. Or you could load 2 or 3. I think it was 2 or 3 characters that could be preloaded.
Something, yeah.
Yeah, that can be preloaded, but that's all you could morph into.
We're beyond that at this point with this generation.
Makes you want to play Mortal Kombat Trilogy again.
Sitting right here, buddy.
I know. Only if we could figure out a way to play that online.
There's got to be a way.
We'll get around it. We have so many awesome ideas for, playing online that we never get to. We got blood working. That was really what counted.
Okay, now I'm going to tell you what I really don't like, and I don't like this about any game, let alone Mortal Kombat, is the whole Tower of Time, and you could do it in verses, is the idea of consumables.
Yeah, I told myself when I first saw the consumables, when you started doing the towers, I will never use that.
Yes.
Never.
I don't like the concept of, okay, you want to make an RPG? Fine, make an RPG. You want to make a fighter? Make a fighter. Don't blend the two where now I'm farming for a consumable that I need to use to get past a certain section on the Tower of Time, because that's just bullshit.
I really have the strangest belief that and I read about. What I read about it was just an Angry Joe's video, and it doesn't really matter at this point. But that seems like it's WB Games more than it's that Snoopy does. Yeah. Most of this stuff is WB Games because that has to be their whole idea of making profit is to nickel and dime you out of all your money.
Oh yeah. I mean, and Joe did say it pretty accurately, especially with the time towers in the Tower of Time. The timed towers in the Tower of Time, like you said, daily challenges and stuff that changes.
Weekly, daily, whatever.
That, the costumes that are available straight up for purchase, but only for a certain limited amount of time. The grinding. It is very much like a mobile game.
It is. And that's one of WB's big platforms is mobile game.
Yeah.
They make a lot of money out of that.
But I'm not paying $60 for your fucking mobile game. You know?
No. That was like when I logged in. I think the first time I logged into the Towers of Time to play, or maybe even the first time I played a Tower, or actually is when I turned it off and came back to it the next day. And it says you could log into the WB mobile or whatever, and you can get the original Shokan or the original or Chronica or whatever to be your announcer. Because that's a thing too.
Really?
You can change the announcer.
I haven't played the Tower of Time yet.
Oh, that's it. I don't know.
After story mode, I'm going through the regular towers just to unlock the endings. I'm about the third of the way through the roster.
Yeah.
So
I think the Towers of Time are neat when they're conditionally neat, if that makes any sense. You know, sometimes they're like very throwback, like you're going to fight only MK3 characters or MK2 characters, and it's going to be in that thing. But if I really wanted to fight MK2 characters, I turn on fucking MK2.
Yeah.
I have it.
Yeah.
You know, I have it on many versions of it. I could just play that if I want. I want to play MK11. You know. I don't know.
And then, I mean, we've talked about this forever, but I'm so sick of games where you have to now we've come to the conclusion DLC characters are never going anywhere, but especially when we're talking skins and shit like that,
skins are
that should all be unlockable. It should not be.
Technically it is.
It is technically if you
play it for 30 years.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean,
yeah.
But it should be
playing
unlockable.
This when Mortal Kombat 21 comes out. Still, you might have all the characters and everything unlocked. Although they do get points for you could buy Frost or unlock Frost, like you told me.
Yeah, I do not buy Frost if you're going to play story mode. She is so easy to unlock in story mode.
Just keep picking Sub-Zero.
That's it.
I do like the part of the story where Sub-Zero and Scorpion are working together.
Yes.
That's like really... That gets you in the feels, you know. It's just like they've been such enemies forever,
and I'll tell you what, they beefed up Frost.
They did. Oh, they made her cyber.
Yeah,
essentially, you know, which I don't know why they ever kind of wrote that character off. I think she's like almost the perfect foil to Sub-Zero. You know what I mean? Like she's basically a female version of him.
When you beat the tower with her and get her story, you'll like it.
Okay.
It's going along the lines you're going to.
Okay.
So.
Because in Mortal Kombat, whatever the first game she was in, Deception or Deadly Alliance or whatever, she tried really hard to become like the Grand Master of the Lin Kuei, but she couldn't control. Like Sub-Zero has that medallion that makes his powers even more powerful. That's part of the story actually. And then she touched it. And it froze her solid because she didn't have the control like he does. Because, I mean, if you look at how much Sub-Zero's, and a lot of characters, I should say that, but he's really aged through the games and become a better fighter. Like, he went from just being able to freeze guys and doing, you know, essentially just straight ninja moves. Now he creates weapons out of thin air.
Well, to be blunt, there is water vapor in the air, so
no, but I'm just saying, like now he went from using that power just to freeze solid to be able to freeze air solid. You know what I mean? Like pulls out I need an axe, whoosh, you know, and there you go, and he's got it, or he's got two of them, which I think is really neat. You know, that's progression to character.
Yes,
and I remember reading something about that he was one of the characters they wanted to show actually age as the story went forward. You know.
And there
Because they
hasn't
showed
always
this really old one point, but still as strong as ever.
and there hasn't always been just one Sub-Zero.
As we went over before the show a little bit with Bihan, and Bihan is the Sub-Zero from the original Mortal Kombat who didn't make it and became long way around became Noob Saibot, which Trevor Funny didn't know about.
I did not actually.
So in all the Mortal Kombat lore, so that's actually pretty interesting.
And I felt like going into the story mode, especially the first chapter of the story mode, because I haven't played X, 10, whatever we're going to call it, X, that I was completely like shocked at what happened to Raiden. And I was like, whoa, but apparently I'm assuming that was part of the storyline from X.
Yeah, at the end of the storyline from X, Shinnok's trying to just what do they call that? He's trying to pollute the Jinsei, which is like the Earth's force or whatever, and he starts to. And then they kill, whoever character you use, doesn't matter. In the end of the storyline, Johnny Cage is really the one that defeats Shinnok. And
which is funny because you'll find out later in the storyline that they reference someone else.
Well, his daughter did too.
Yes.
Yeah, MKX it was later in the storyline too that she came back to defeat him again. They're like descendants of some goofy Amazon fighting people.
And they go into that in this storyline too later.
So Raiden steps into the Jinsei to purify it because he's a good guy. I guess that's how that works. And then that's my reminder for pills. Anyway, and it corrupts him. Then he cuts Shinnok's head off.
Like any good god would do.
Yeah. Which cracks me up because I'm thinking to myself, like, Raiden's a good guy, but he's not really a good guy because he kills things. But I was like, Raiden's been one of my favorite characters through the whole story. I always just liked him. I like Johnny Cage too, but that's for different reasons. But
are you soft on Johnny Cage?
Just go back to Johnny Cage a sec. They really went far with that ninja mime shit.
Oh, he has the whole ninja
really
mime.
Far with that this time, but
I love the whole ninja mime move he has where he starts.
Yeah, he starts miming. It's a catch move, which I use a lot in the regular fighting. Computer falls through pretty easy. I haven't used the other moveset of his. There's TS2.
Yeah, there's 2. Yeah, and you can create as many as you need to.
Yeah, so I might go through and actually do that because there's some moves I like, but I don't have the uppercut in that one. I have the flip, but I don't. Yeah. All right, enough of that. So, and to see Raiden go from good guy to bad guy in the end, and you see it happen a lot in the game where the good guys of the story are your bad guys.
Yes.
And some of the bad guys are now your good guys. It's great writing. Sub-Zero was always kind of...
He teetered on both.
Especially when you get into 2, 3, and that. Well, actually 2. 1 and 2, he was...
Katana was the same way.
Yeah. And then, she's full-fledged bad guy, sort of. Jade, I always thought would teeter on both sides of the line. I never would think that Liu Kang and Kung Lao would be bad guys, and that's a great way to take a character and spin them.
Yeah.
Because Kung Lao is like, they're both descendants of, if you know anything about the story, they're both descendants of the great Kung Lao that defeated everything, everyone back in the day, which back in the day was like 500 years previous in the story or 1,000 or whatever. So they're both descendants of him. And in some of the stories, that Kung Lao, or the modern one, we should say. Yeah, right? Who cares? Anyway, the one we have now. It's too much time here. Time travel gets confusing.
Current timeline.
Current timeline actually went back to meet his ancestor and fight in his place to defeat. There's chunk there where that happens too. So I know a little too much about Mortal Kombat. Yeah. So it's a little, all right. Now I kind of feel weird. Not really. I don't give.
Hearing what I've heard from you, and like I said, I didn't realize you knew that much about the lore. You are going to thoroughly enjoy the rest of the story mode.
Oh, I am. I have to say the one thing I think is cheap in the game, though, besides the DLC and the towers. The Kronika battle's a little fucking much.
How so?
Have you fought her yet?
Oh, God, yeah, many times.
All right. It's the switching of the characters.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like, she gets down to about a third, and then you switch to somebody else down to a third. And having that fucking T-Rex trample you every so often, that's fucking long.
Yeah.
But, because it really has no startup. You can't see that move coming.
No, you can't.
It just happens, you know. I think that's their way of keeping you from getting it perfect. Or a flawless victory. I personally believe that. But
I have found over time that Kronika is very susceptible to kicks.
Yes.
More than anything else. And
Yes.
once you figure that out, she's pretty easy to beat.
Yeah, I know she's invulnerable against the fatal blow.
She's invulnerable against the fatal blow and most special moves.
Yeah, that sucks.
So
It really screws up my combos because I really like to combo either out of it or into a special move. So can't throw her, I don't think either.
Now the big question.
Mm-hmm.
What level are you playing it on?
Oh, medium or better.
Okay.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. I started off on medium. I'm probably going to run through it again on hard. So
yeah, I do. I always do at least medium when I
Yeah.
play the towers. I can't play easy because I'm not a girl. I'm just kidding.
Well, the reason I asked is my son asked me because I was kicking his ass, and I'm beating him. He's like, I said, don't feel bad. I've been playing Mortal Kombat for over 20 years, and he's like, well, what level are you playing? Because he just started the story mode. He's like, what level are you playing everything on? I said, medium. He's like, oh, I'm only playing on easy. I said, again, don't feel bad. You're a 9. I've had 20 years of experience on this, so
yes,
I'm a little quicker and I know a lot more of the moves. I will say that's one thing that annoys me about every Mortal Kombat. You get the same moves, but they always just change them up slightly.
Yeah.
Or it's not always the same move from game to game to game, which annoys me a little bit.
I think they should have just kept it like MKX or MK9 a little bit, especially.
Or Street Fighter. Street Fighter's had the same exact. The fireball has never changed.
The Hadouken?
Yeah.
Never changed.
The Ryuken has never changed.
Yeah.
For some reason, Guile's back in charge has never changed, even though that should have changed.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean.
Fucking A.
But, I mean, I'm just spitballing there.
So, okay. So, overall.
Yes.
What is your. We're going to do a 1 to 10 vote here.
Yes.
Of your experience at this point with Mortal Kombat 11.
My experience as I have played it so far, which is, like I said, I'd be about, sorry, I'm looking at the overlay, about a third of the roster, played through the story mode, and how I intend to play it, I would give it about an 8.5 to a 9.
I have to actually totally agree with you. 8.5 I'll give it 8.5 out of 9 on, besides where I am on the story mode and everything like that, and we won't really get too many dings for the DLC thing because we're not big on that.
We're not big on that, but you know what? At this point, you're not going to stop DLC. So at least give us some decent DLC.
I'm a little closer to the 9, only because nostalgia.
I'm a little further down toward the 8.5 because there should be easier and better ways to unlock some of the costumes.
There is. Pay for them.
Okay, no, I agree with that part, but don't make the crypt randomly generated.
Yes. Because you know what? By now, if this was like Deadly Alliance, it just came out today or last week or whatever.
The crypt would be mapped.
No, but I could call you or text you because we don't call each other. We confirmed that yesterday.
Yes.
We could just text each other and say, "Hey, go to 27B."
Exactly.
It's Jack's 27A.
That's what's keeping me from a 9 because consumables I'll never use. The customization for the characters I cannot wait to get into, where you can deeper, like you could set your move sets and have it to your to-go characters. But again, the skins and the costumes, which may seem superficial, but when you're putting 60 in per character, they should be easier to unlock rather than going through a randomly generated crypt.
Yeah. That's kind of weak on NetherRealm's part.
It's a dick move.
Like I said, that's WB. WB said, money.
Yeah.
Money. Okay, let's get off our Mortal Kombat 11 high horse. Until we reference it again in 5 minutes. But
that was a solid 45 minutes on Mortal Kombat 11.
Well, we knew
this was going to be the big.
This was going to be a big chunk of it. So, and I have this big picture of Shang Tsung on my screen now, so I have to change that. It's driving me nuts.
And there's one thing I want someone to explain to me one day.
What's that?
And I know you're big into Mortal Kombat.
I'll do it the easy way.
That's how it goes. Shit.
Yes. Okay. Anyway. Why are people buying LeBeaus? Is that what it is?
Oh, funny story behind that too. I don't know if you saw the reviews for VR Zelda and Mario.
No, I haven't actually because I think it's ridiculous.
Yes, it is ridiculous. But last thing on Mortal Kombat, I just want to know how the hell they explain Shang Tsung going from old to young to old to young to old to young.
They did it in a lot of the other games.
I know, but I just would like an explanation. That's all.
I hope they do. Because right now he's just like, this is my island. Thank you.
He's very much like MK1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I hope they show him becoming young because that happened between MK1 and MK2. If you go back to holy fuck, I still know this.
And then MK3, he became like Mr. Buff with the ponytail.
Yeah. It's fucking the Hulk, you know?
Yeah.
Mr.
Well, I hope he wasn't
fucking
the Hulk.
I don't want PC Gamer. Why would I even go there? They're for the weak.
Are they still around?
Yeah, that website still exists. I was trying to go to Kotaku or The Verge. I really like The Verge for gaming news. I always thought The Verge was a good page. I kind of hope they don't explain that personally. Because it doesn't need to be really explained. You just know that Shang Tsung's old sometimes and young another. You know?
Just curious. So, LeBeau.
I'm just looking at a quick review of it.
Yeah.
Of the Breath of the Wild version.
The Breath of the Wild is the worst. They pretty much took the resolution down to like Game Boys, like resolution.
That's pretty low. I mean,
that I was watching
120 by 80, the Game Boy.
Yes, I was watching the review on Spawnwave, and I forget the guy's name on Spawnwave, but he said as he was using it, he could turn around to see Link's face, and Link's face was basically just a block of tan with two little black dots for eyes because it had to lower the resolution enough to run two simultaneous images.
Why?
And his biggest complaints was the resolution in Zelda. Zelda made him very motion sick because of the low resolution. And he said Mario was okay, but you could only hold it like this for so long. That, I mean, there's no way to really strap it onto your head, except if you made a strap to your head. But it's like...
I got a couple of giant rubber bands. I mean... Oh, shit. I'm here. Okay.
But believe it or not, the VR Lab Bow, at least the just the VR headset, that sold out day one. Which was impressive.
You know what? I think Mike Matei, who I remember we've discussed our likes, dislikes.
Yeah.
Mike, said it best in one of his, actually a video that came out today. He goes, I really got no respect for a company that just sells fucking cardboard. And he's right.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong there. That's what I like, Mike, by the way, when he goes off on some wild fucking angle about just attacking one thing, he says a lot of truth. So I just think that, like, if I hadn't played Breath of the Wild already, I would probably be interested in the VR version, even if it is a mess, you know, whatever. But I think that would interest me. Would I use it all the time? No, because I grew up when gaming was only on your fucking TV anyway.
Yeah. For
this generation, and when I say this generation, I mean our kids, you know, it's different. VR gaming is a thing. You know, it wasn't a thing for us. I mean, it was a concept for us.
And I've never, except for one of those cheap $20 VR sets you put your phone in that my wife got me one year, just because I wanted to try out some of the YouTube VR videos. I've never really...
even YouTube VR?
It was for a while when the fad was up. Man at Arms did a couple VR videos.
Oh, okay.
And that's what I wanted it for, to watch that, because you could look all around the workshop while they were forging, and that was really cool. But Other than that, I've never used a VR headset.
No, I don't. I used Virtual Boy. That was VR.
Yeah, that's.
I'm not wrong.
And it had, I mean, it did have a one-up on the LeBeau because it at least had a tripod stand. You didn't have to hold it to your face the entire time.
Tape it to your head, guys.
Just like the nerd.
Just like the nerd. That's right. The nerd had it right, and that was like 6 years ago.
I think it was longer than that. Jeez,
Well, I just watched that video the other day anyway. But I think I want to play the Wario game on that. I think I want to try to emulate that and see what it looks like, and because I haven't tried that with the Beta Sara yet, so I want to see what that looks like. So
I gave up on my Beta Sara.
I didn't know mine worked great.
It's just I wanted it for Naomi, and Naomi skips too much.
Well, do you think it's your computer?
No, actually I don't, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm using it on actually the machine that's recording this right now, and I actually haven't.
No, I'm just fucking with you. I mean,
right there.
Yeah.
I have a Naomi emulator on there, and it runs the games flawlessly.
Okay.
I plug
so
in
Beta Sara.
I plug in Beta
But
Sara.
remember, Beta Sara's in its baby stages.
Yeah. And you're running off a USB stick. I realize that. But no, because I have a full Naomi emulator. I just thought it would be nice, like you said, to have everything on there. That
Yeah,
you
and
can
you
go
could
up to any
essentially take it wherever
computer
you want.
and just plug it in and go.
Yeah.
So.
I thought about taking it to work a couple times. No. But no. So, what else we got? We picked on LeBeau for I think the 22nd episode in a row.
Yeah, but it's getting shorter. We only picked on it for about 3 minutes.
Yeah. What are all these people going to do tomorrow when Game of Thrones is on and they have to go see Avengers? Who cares?
Pretty much. Let's see.
Nintendo forecast modest Switch growth sales as they overtake the N64.
Yeah, it outsold the N64. It's about in Japan. I think it's only within 1,000 units of outselling the PS4 in Japan.
I believe it. Only because, the Game Boy turned 30 this week.
Yeah, I should have brought one of mine down. I have them up in the attic.
Yeah. The Game Boy turning 30. I remember when I got mine for Christmas that year that came out.
Me too.
Damn it. And I'm telling you know what? I remember watching a video, and it's really the truth. It says, you know what? The Game Boy wasn't more powerful or had better graphics, but it was just had better games.
Yeah, I think I might agree with that.
Yeah, it just had better games. Like the Game Gear was more powerful, and what was the other thing that was out?
The Jaguar had one.
The Atari Lynx.
Yeah.
Was out. They were all technically superior. But they were just, the games were better.
I mean, hell, the Game Gear had a TV tuner.
I know.
I always remember that because back in the day, do you remember Electronics Boutique in the mall? Lenny?
Sure. Oh, I don't remember him, but I remember Electronics Boutique in the mall.
Yeah, no. There was a guy who worked there named Lenny. He only worked there like 2 nights a week. And totally disgruntled, was just there for the discount, and he'd always bring in his Game Gear with his TV tuner and watch TV behind the counter. And he got away with it.
Well, you could definitely tell that was years before phones.
Yes.
Before modern phones.
We're talking late 90s here.
Yeah.
Sorry, I want to look up, let's see here. I want to look up the best-selling console numbers to see if they're updated with the current Switch numbers.
Oh, okay.
Let's see here. Oh, they are updated. So, I don't know when this was updated, though. That's the one thing about Wikipedia. It doesn't give you exactly when it was. But according to this, the Switch, 34.74 million. The N64, 32.93 million. To give you a reference, the GameCube was 21.74.
That hurts my soul. I love my GameCube.
The Wii U was 13.56. And then the original Wii
Oh, the original Wii is like one of the best selling of all time. It's like 102 million.
Let's see here. The Wii, 101.63 million.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
So the Switch right now is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It's already the 15th best-selling game system ever.
Yeah.
And that sucker's been out only 2 years. So that's solid.
It is. Wait until, and look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 out of the top 15 are Nintendo. 7. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 are Nintendo consoles.
And really, I mean, it's just a matter of time before the Switch overtakes the Xbox One, because the Xbox One's at the end of its cycle right now.
It is.
And it only needs an extra 5 million units, which sounds like a lot, but it actually isn't.
Mm-mm.
So, wow. That
I
is
don't
impressive.
I don't see the Switch overtaking the NES though.
I do.
I don't.
The NES is only at 49.
61.
Oh,
actually.
61. Sorry, I was looking at Super Nintendo. Yeah, 61. Okay, I could see it easily taking over the Super Nintendo before.
It's not going to take over the NES. That's where it's going to lose its steam, right about there. And it's going to be tough to beat its own portable market. You know?
Yeah, that is going to be tough. What I'm shocked is
anybody who tries to go up against Nintendo in the portable market is going to have a hard time.
I'm just shocked the PSP is on the top 10 list here.
I know. Isn't that crazy? That thing was, I mean, it's okay. And there's a lot of good games on it. I have quite a few good PSP games. Not that I own them. But,
and my poor Dreamcast is at the bottom of the list at 9.13 million.
Hey, you know what? My Vita is a little far above you, buddy.
Yeah. The Sega Saturn is actually slightly above the Dreamcast.
I know. And it really hurts me to know that the Wii U is slightly above the Vita.
Yeah. Wow.
Don't get me wrong. The Wii U is something I want to pick up in its years from now.
We still play it. We honestly do. We still pretty much only Mario Maker, but we still play it.
No, that's what actually for Easter the kids got Mario Maker for the 3DS.
Mm-hmm.
Katie loves it.
It's addicting.
It is.
And I know
but to be proud, Megan got Ocarina of Time 3D.
Nice.
And she's been playing it without any help.
Nice.
She's right into it and just doing it all herself. So.
Because I know they did the release date for Mario Maker 2 for the Switch. I didn't look it up, but I know that was just released on Thursday. That I know Jack can't wait for that.
I don't know. Mario Maker to me loses its steam after a while.
Oh no, him and I are brutal with Mario Maker.
June 28th, 2019.
There we go. That'll be a purchase. That'd be a good after school purchase for the summer.
Oh, you could go outside too. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I usually get him something because, well, the kid gets straight A's. So something to reward him a little bit.
I'm only busting your balls anyway. The game maintains the same system play and gameplay of the original one with several additional features, including elements from Super Mario 3D World. Now, I wonder how that's going to work. You're going to be able to build 3D levels?
That'd be fun.
That'd be hard. Speaking of level building, you could do that in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate now.
Yes, I did see that. In fact,
And you can share them online and download other people's shit.
Because it just shared, someone made the Doom logo as a level.
I'll be getting that when we're done.
And then Wood from Beat 'em Ups posted a screenshot. He's like, who the hell made this level? And it's Peach with her back turned, and you're fighting on her big ass.
Somebody is... I can't wait for the Game Grumps or one of these channels to get a shot at these levels. I see Mario Maker 2 recognizes the fact that Luigi is a Nintendo character. You know, they kind of forget about him after a while. They even make fun of him in the Super Smash Brothers and Brawl and Ultimate. What was it, Brawl and Ultimate, or for Wii U and Ultimate, where Snake's commanding officer says, "King of Second Bananas, Luigi."
Oh,
that's really funny. You know, it really is, but it isn't. You know, I get it, but he really is like He's a really odd duck.
And I'm disappointed. Luigi's Mansion 2 got pushed back.
They're making another one?
Yeah, they're making for the Switch, and apparently the release date was supposed to be in the fall, and now it's TBD.
Sounds like something fell through.
Yeah.
Let me see. Luigi's, are you going to bed? Sorry, my daughter's coming through. My daughter's got her hair ready for her big show tomorrow. So there's a big dance show tomorrow. All of a sudden, my screen got all fuzzy, or was that my eyes? Is that beer catching up to me from the other day?
So I would turn around, but I hate turning around, and that way it's hard to hear me and see me.
Oh, it takes you to the Mario franchise. Never mind. Oh, Luigi. That's actually Luigi Mansion 3.
Oh, 3. Oh, I forgot 2 came out on the 3DS.
Yeah, the dark whatever, some or
Yeah.
other. The dark auto or whatever. No, I'm just kidding. Is there really a Wikipedia page dedicated to World 1-1 in Super Mario Brothers? There is.
There's a Wikipedia page for everything.
Did you see where they finally completed a version of Super Mario Brothers for this Commodore 64 that works perfect?
I saw that on John Hancock's channel. I didn't watch the video.
I saw it on shit. Was it ETA Pro? No, it was who cares? I can't remember now. I'm not gonna go to my YouTube page and find out who said that. No, I don't, honey. Me and Katie watched a lot of How It's Made today.
I think I've seen every single episode of that show.
I can't stop watching it.
You can't. We used to watch that at least 2 or 3 episodes for dinner, like 2-3 years ago.
It's so good.
Oh, there it is. Announced with a trailer during the Nintendo Direct on September 13th, 2018, then tentatively named Luigi's Mansion 3, is set to be released on the Switch at some point in 2019.
Hit the Angry Joe button.
So.
You fucked it up.
Yeah, there you go, Nintendo.
The fails are right next to each other.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Although now GameStop has a release date of that's a placeholder of December 31st.
Oh yeah, that keeps them out of trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very well played, GameStop. Well played.
GameStop, I hope you make it to December 31st.
Yeah, that's sketchy as it gets. So. Well, we didn't have a lot of things to talk about this week, but we hit the hard ones.
I will say this. Did you see GameStop's new return policy?
No.
They're testing it out with one game that's coming out, and for the life of me, I can't remember the game because I wasn't prepared for this. But they're doing a 48-hour return window now.
Really?
So it's testing out with one single game. I believe it's a PS4 game. That if this goes through well, you could buy the game, keep it for 2 days. If you do not like it, you could bring it back, not for money back, but for full in-store credit, not trade-in credit.
So you could, boy, this would be great for you thieves in the PC market.
Well, they don't. There's no physical PC games anymore. It's all
you're right.
codes.
You're right. I was looking to see if there's an article about it. Smart hacks, every game owners know. Okay, so. Interesting. Why would they?
Because they're getting their ass kicked. Because no one's going to them. Everything's digital download. Mm-hmm. So that's why. And people don't shop at GameStop because, okay, you buy a game like, that's one more thing I want to talk about. But you buy a game like a game that requires online play all the time. That you need to be online for. You don't have fast internet. You can't do it. Now you're stuck with the game. You take that $60 game, you trade it in, and you get your $30 out of it. So you lose half your money.
Yeah.
One last thing. Till I mentioned that. The one thing I do not like about Mortal Kombat is you need to be connected to the internet.
Yeah, you know what? I stopped my.
I had trouble with that release night. There I was at 12:01, and going into a tower. It could not connect to the server because everyone was hammering
Everybody
the server.
was, yeah.
That it said you could keep playing, but there will be no saves or achievements given.
Yeah.
If you're not online.
I played. It was like. Whatever. I played it until I was going to bed that night, the first night, and I was right in the middle of a tower when I stopped. I was probably like I think I was one before Chronica, and I just said, you know what, I'm too tired. I won't be able to focus on this. So I put the PS4 in sleep mode and went to bed. I came home from work the next day, and I'm like, oh, I could pick that right up now, and it says, boom, you've been disconnected. Kick me out of it.
Yep.
I'm like, fuck. I put a lot of work into that tower.
That's one other thing that's keeping it from a 9.
Yeah. Is that what you say about your... Never mind.
Wow. Don't go there.
Wah, wah.
Oh.
Wah, wah. All right. I feel bad about that one.
I don't think we have much else to talk about. That's.
I know.
Like,
It's very strange for us not to have something to ramble on about incoherently for 14 straight minutes, but I think we kind of blew our wad on.
Well, we would have more to talk about if someone finished the story mode.
Shut up!
You fucked it up.
I did. Shut up.
Had to go out drinking last night with friends instead of doing your duty and playing your video games alone in your house.
Right here.
I don't want a light snack, thank you.
Oh, very nice.
Although tomorrow it's supposed to rain all day, so there's a good excuse for you.
It will be. They're arguing.
Although I will say at 41 years of age, I did take the day off from work the day it came out. I played it till about 2 a.m. the night before, and then I took the day off to play it with no kids
You
around.
see, like you had yours pre-downloaded, which was a nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice that they do that now. But I ordered mine from Amazon, or it was ordered for me for my birthday.
Yeah.
So I left work as soon as the Amazon thing popped on my phone.
Nice.
Your Mortal Kombat 11 has been delivered. I turned to my boss and I said, "Yeah, I gotta go." And I left. I came right home, picked up the kids.
Sorry, boss. Kids sick. Gotta go.
Yeah. Not feeling well. Yeah.
How big was your download? Did you have to download a patch?
4 gigabytes. I remember it was 3.97.
Oh, that's not bad.
Nope. In fact, I had to take, but I'll tell you, it took up a surprising amount of space on a hard drive. It was over 60 gigabytes.
Holy shit.
I don't know. It must have been it had to be over 50 at least. Because I had games on there that I haven't played from the PlayStation Store, like the PlayStation Plus freebies.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the entire Hitman. You got it for free. The newest Hitman. Which I didn't even know there's a new one. I've never played any, but I thought, you know what? I'll give this a try. It looked pretty cool. And then Devil May Cry 5 came out, and I was like, well, fuck that game. But anyway, and then Mortal Kombat 11 came out, so I said, fuck Devil May Cry 5. So I took off Hitman, which was like 50 gigabytes, and that was a download. So that took a while. How long was the download for MK11? How big was it?
26 gigabytes.
Oh.
So
big difference.
Yeah.
Well, it has to be versus systems. So.
Yeah, because the textures for the actual characters during the fighting are just non-comparable.
No, they're not. But who cares? You're playing it.
No, that's what my feeling is. But I mean, that's why your download was bigger.
Thing about Mortal Kombat 11. We'll go back to this subject once again. Yes, honey. What? Okay. They like to. My daughter likes to stop me and tell me that my animals are sleeping next to each other.
Wow. Breaking news.
I'm gonna have to go. No. So, one thing that we did talk about during the week that I'm glad I remembered here right near the end was the fact that there won't be cross-platform play.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Yes. And if there will be, it won't be till at least the end of the year, which sucks because I was really hoping to kick your ass online.
That doesn't mean that I couldn't stop down.
Or I can stop at your place.
You're right. You're right. Yeah. I don't think right now, though, because my house is a little bit of a...
Dude, really?
I mean...
Yeah.
It's pretty bad. All right, anyway. My daughter is very excited for some reason. So is my dog for some reason.
Uh,
My dog gets excited over potato chips, you know? He'll sit there in front of me if I'm eating chips and he'll be like, you know, all happy.
so I have to say, I mean, really without like looking at a release date, I can't say I'm like excited about another game coming out in the near future.
The only game I'm excited about, and let me get the list up in games. There's a list that shows you the releases.
Yeah.
On the Wikipedia, and there is one game, but I don't remember when it's coming out, and I have to check it. So we're in April. Hey, look at another Assassin's Creed. Oh wait, it's a remastered. Is that what we've come to?
Yeah.
Trev,
Reboots and remasters is all we do.
That's another sound effect I got to get sound for the soundboard. Reboot. I find that. I will work on that soon. Is the sequel to Ori and the Blind Forest, which is Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
I never played the first one.
Oh, well, I'm telling you, man. It's, did I bring up the find? Yeah, okay, Ori.
One of my favorite games of all time was a downloadable on the PS3 called The Unfinished Swan. And they were supposed to make a sequel to that, and they never did.
Damn, it doesn't have a release date yet. Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Ori and the Blind Forest is a great platformer / Metroidvania. And it's very beautiful, and it was one of the first games in a long time that I actually got emotionally attached to the character.
Wow.
Like, by the end of the story, I was like, no. I was really upset about what had happened. But then they say, I think it was at the end of last year, they said there was going to be a sequel called The Will of the Wisps. And I was like, yes. It's the only reason, besides Halo, is the only reason I want to use my Xbox One.
That's sad.
Well, no, Gears of War 5 too. Gears of Wars are great games. I don't know if you've ever had the chance.
I played the original one back in the day at JP's house.
Gears of War it's something that when I bought the Xbox One 2 years ago, I got the original Gears of War remastered or whatever for free. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. And I got actually that's how I got Ori and the Blind Forest too, come to think of it. But I really bought the Xbox One for Killer Instinct and Halo, and you know what I mean, because shit I would play. But then then the Xbox was starting to get compatible with the Xbox 360 game. Yeah. So I beat the first Gears of War. I'm like, well, you know what? I said I'll go down to our used guy downtown and I'll pick up Gears 2. $3.
Can't beat that.
And then Gears 3 was only $4. So I'm like, I took both home. I was good for a while. And then played through both of them. And that was like crack. I couldn't stop. Because you just want to see and like a lot of games, it doesn't matter if it's shooters or fighters or everything. The gameplay is great, but you want to see where the story's going. That's how I am, especially first-person shooters. First-person shooters are all the fucking same anymore to me. But, well, maybe not Painkiller. That was really weird. But anyway, you ever play that?
No.
Play Painkiller? Try it out. Very strange. But, so, it was one of these games where the story was just like keeping me going with it. And then Gears of War 4 gets released. And then I play that like in a day. I do like the 12-hour campaign in a sitting, and then now Gears 5 will be coming out sometime in 2019. So it might be a good year for my Xbox One.
Dust it off.
In fact, I updated it recently. Now my Xbox 360 on the other hand, I haven't updated in like 3 years. So I don't even have it hooked up anymore. I should put it out there with the rest of the consoles, but why? But why? Makes you want to dust off my original Xbox. My Xbox OG.
I have that upstairs. The disk drive has issues with it.
So,
speaking of upgrades and updating, I finally got new Dreamcast batteries.
Oh, yeah. You were telling me about this a while back.
Yeah, I got to find the time now to tear them apart and solder them in.
That's great you could do that, though.
Yeah.
That was the only thing that was like... The Sega Saturn's a great console, don't get me wrong, but, well, it's okay.
It has its moments.
Yes, it does have its moments. But the battery was easy to get to in that.
Yeah.
You open up the back panel, there it is. Pull it out, put it in.
And the Dreamcast, you can't do that. It's easily accessible if you take off the lid, but it's a solid state battery. It's one unit. Where this, I actually splurged a little bit, which these have come down in price big time. But they're actually, let's see if I can get to the camera.
This way a little bit.
I know. I'm trying to do both cameras. But anyway, it solders in, but the actual battery is actually in a holder. So
you just pull it out?
If this ever dies, you pull this out and put the new rechargeable battery in. So you don't have to unsolder and resolder the entire assembly each time.
Excellent.
Thanks to our fine people in Taiwan.
Yeah.
And eBay.
Yeah. Well, yeah. because internet.
They weren't bad. They were like $5 a pop.
Yeah. And you have the skills to get it.
Yeah.
So, I, on the other hand, would have to bring mine to you.
And I would be more than willing to do that, like I did your mod chip.
Yeah. I'll have to get my hands on one. What's wrong with you, dog? Anyway, my dog's being a fucker tonight. So,
I can't think of anything else. Man.
I think we got to cut it off because we're just rambling now.
Yeah, now we're definitely rambling.
No.
So
we wanted to do YouTube channels.
Yes, so we're doing a new thing now. Back in those of you who remember growing up geek, we used to do picks of the week. So Jerry and I talked about that since we all watch YouTube way too much.
What's YouTube?
We're going to recommend either individual videos or YouTube channels that we think you should check out. So, Jerry, why don't you go first, buddy?
I'm just getting the name of it because I don't want to say it wrong. Okay, so
Pornhub.
How'd you know? Anyway, how did you know I had an account there?
See?
I was the star of a video. Anyway, I only wish. Okay, so it's a channel I've been watching for a while. It's a woodworking channel, which I know is a little off topic for us, but because we usually talk about gaming in that industry. But I do like watching woodworking a lot, actually. It kind of soothes me to sit down and watch.
I love woodworking videos.
You know what? It really soothes me to just watch somebody take like a piece of a tree and turn it into a functional object, you know? So this website, this page is called, it's his YouTube page is called Frank Howarth. That's the guy's name that runs it, and I'm going to send it to you.
Okay.
So you have it for
the notes.
The show notes. This guy primarily does wood turning.
Mm-hmm.
He has a very elaborate, very big wood shop. I don't know if that's all he does, but he also has a CNC woodcutter, which is beautiful. I mean, he does some of the craziest shit with it. Like he'll put, like the one I'm looking at right now, he made a bowl out of walnut, but he put clouds made of maple in it.
Oh, that's cool.
But it's a turned bowl, you know.
Is this the guy that did the 8-ball a long time ago?
Yes.
Okay, now I know who you're talking. He's got the biggest bandsaw known to man that you can like slab a cow in half on this bandsaw.
Yeah, that's like an old World War II one.
Yeah.
So I'm sending you that link, which now my messages is still giving me the globe, so fuck that thing. It's like the worst app on the Mac.
iTunes is close.
Yeah, iTunes is just a hog. But this channel, like, when I just need something to watch, I need to waste 15 minutes or, I just need to sit down and relax or with my dinner. I've been watching this guy lately, this Frank Howarth. His stuff is great. Like I said, he has a very expensive wood shop if you watch the videos up close. But what's really great about the guy, he's just a regular parent.
Yeah.
There's times when he'll just make something for his kids and he'll enjoy it. Or he'll involve his kids in, like he was making a new kitchen table. And a lot of the wood this guy's get, before I go on, he just goes out and with a friend and cuts a tree down. Or, they're knocking a building over. He'll take some of the boards home from that. He's like he really makes use of what he gets. So he was making this kitchen table for his family out of like old wooden beams from like a pool deck or something that he had in his house years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But the top of it was full of knots and holes and stuff. So he had the kids draw little shapes of cars and like princesses or whatever. And he put that in the CNC machine and removed them all out of it, made wooden plugs out of them, put them in. And now it's like the feature of the table.
Nice.
That's really wild to me. So I kind of been watching this guy for a while now. Because it's always interjected with some Norm Abram videos. I don't know how, I understand the correlation, but I don't know how they, anyway, how they get involved with each other. But he has some pretty wild, how he films the videos is pretty cool too. Because they'll actually show him, it's good editing, I should say.
Yeah.
He has tons of tools, but he has a surface planer. And he'll put a piece through, and he'll also be on the other side pulling it out.
Yeah.
I think that's just a sharp way of editing, but
well, it's not so much editing too. I mean, if you've ever used a surface planer, it'll automatically feed it. So you could start it in and literally walk around the other side and
so
grab it. Yeah.
But it's he'll be on both sides of it and stuff like that. And he has some ridiculous ways of clamping materials and doing other. Also, I can't stop talking about it because but I have to. Just watch some of his videos, and Trev has the link for us for this week. So enjoy.
Okay, Manny.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's a local reference right there.
Yeah, if you live in northeastern Pennsylvania, you know that is.
So actually, mine's also going to be it's primarily a woodworking channel. It's called. I've been watching this channel for 3 years now. I believe about 3 years. It's run by a guy named Bob Claggett. It's called I Like to Make Stuff. And he is actually right around our age. He's early 40s. He has 4 kids. But he's an uber geek like us.
That's saying something.
So his projects, I mean, he made a cake platter for his wife. He'll make a cutting board. But then he'll go geek out and 3D print and make a full-size Optimus Prime ion blaster. Or a full-size, huge Soundwave Bluetooth boombox. He made a full upright arcade cabinet with a Raspberry Pi in it. He just got done making, for NetherRealms, their MK7 arcade machine. Or MK11 arcade machine with the PS4 Pro inside. So yeah, I think you're muted.
No, I was just keeping quiet.
Oh, okay.
I muted while you're talking.
Oh,
okay. Being nice. They're being loud.
So yeah, he makes a lot of that, but he's really big into a lot of the tech. He has, I think, 5 different 3D printers, a full CNC. He made his own vacuum forming machine. He does a lot of welding. He loves using Arduinos and Raspberry Pis to do a lot of LED stuff. If you watch his channel and you don't learn something from it, then I don't know what to tell you, because in fact, he just did a whole series 2 months ago about completely gutting and remodeling his bathroom. So he'll go from the geek side all the way to full on woodworking, laying in floors. He does a little bit of everything. So even if you're not into, the main woodworking where you think of, okay, I'm going to build a box. This guy will build almost anything and sometimes go over the top. He did a collaboration with another YouTube channel called Evan and Caitlin. They made a quote unquote simple ping pong table, but it had an Arduino, arcade buttons on it, and LEDs so you can keep score. And the LEDs were right on the net with blue and red. So whenever you got a score, you hit the arcade button and boom, it tallied up the scores.
That's fantastic.
That he'll take things to the next level, which is great. He went to this company. He made a full size, 7-foot concentration machine. The old concentration where you put all the pieces in and it just flips out when the time's over.
Yeah.
He made a
Perfection.
I thought it was concentration. Perfection.
We put the pieces in.
Yeah. What was concentration? That was a different one too. But he made a full size 7-foot one with huge pieces, and so yeah, definitely check it out. Just search YouTube. I Like to Make Stuff.
Or you could put the link in the bottom.
Or I could put the link in the bottom. Probably check out the link in the bottom. Speaking of links in the description below.
Links in the description below. And subscribe.
We also, speaking of like and subscribe, 40 Something Podcast finally has its own YouTube channel.
Oh, I have to like and subscribe.
I finally got done uploading almost 20 gigabytes of videos last night when I went to bed and did all the meta information, custom thumbnails. The only thing I have not done is meta tagged it, but I just think the first 22 or 21 episodes are not gonna have meta tags because I just don't feel like going through and copying all those tags over.
Oh, here we go. I just found it. It was easy to find too.
Yep.
Subscribe. I'll be the first subscriber.
There you
Thank
go.
There we go. Subscription added. So I'll know.
I literally finished the site. Well, not the site, but the whole YouTube channel about an hour before we started recording. So
excellent.
Fresh, hot off the presses. But now it won't be hosted on my personal site, so you don't have to be burdened with a stupid video of me coming up or an old vlog of mine that you have access to all the episodes right there.
Oh, I love your old videos.
So I do too, and then I look at some cringe videos and yeah.
You know, like the bachelor party videos.
I love those videos because that's the only way I remember my bachelor party.
Yeah, that's okay. That's probably the only way I'm going to remember yesterday, too. So
I saw the picture on Facebook. It looked like you had a good time.
Oh, I did. I had a little more than my share of alcohol. So
you had your share and his share and her share.
And her share and actually probably my family's. So, excuse me. So.
Well, that's about it.
I like that guy. Your YouTube pick. I really like that guy.
Yeah. Well, I sent you the MK11 machine 2 days ago.
I had already seen the video.
Yeah. Yeah, his new videos come out on Thursdays, so.
Yeah. I watch a lot of YouTube.
I do too. I watch too much sometimes, though. I really have to pare down my... Like, I'm a horrible person. I will see well, I shouldn't say horrible person. I'm a horrible person to myself where I'll find a new channel, I'll watch 2 or 3 videos that I like, I automatically subscribe, but then I don't like investigate the channel to see if those were the top 3 videos I would be interested in.
Yeah.
And then subscriptions come up. Well, I don't like that one. I don't like that one. I'm like, why am I subscribed to this? And then
there's one, but I also hate ones that were really good and all of a sudden have like no updates for months.
I have that one. I have a channel that he hasn't updated in a year, but his videos are really good.
Like this one. There's called there's one called Adam the Woo, and
I used to watch him a lot back in the day.
Yeah, he's got some neat stuff, but he goes to like the filming locations where films were done, and see
that's where he lost me. He used to do abandoned locations a lot.
Well, yeah, and he does that too,
Yeah.
but he does like oh, that was like 3 years ago, so never mind. But you know, he does these locations where movies and stuff were filmed, and he also does like abandoned theme parks and and water slide parks and everything. And I really like that channel, but it's like his last video was 2 months ago, and before that it was a year.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they're tough to film, but because the guy probably has a regular life. But I have a lot of YouTube subscriptions like that, like Atlas. I liked Atlas videos, but I just went to bad lip reading. That was really bad. That's another channel I can only watch.
You get like one every 6 months.
Yeah.
Although they said Great Rap Battles in History are supposed to come back later.
Oh, I've already watched the newest shit on that. But it's like, this is Atlas videos, which you actually showed me, which is the 4K NES videos.
Oh, yeah.
It's SNES videos. I still subscribe to them. Their last video was a week ago, and the one before that was 3 years ago. It's very difficult, But this is not the YouTube show. Let's stop now.
Well, the end of the show is the YouTube show now.
Yeah. Someday we're going to call this not the YouTube show. Anyway.
It's when we'll start our new podcast, Off Topic with Trevor and Jerry.
Yeah. Which is just going to be the same show with a different name.
Exactly. Maybe that's what we should have named this rather than 40-something, because you're 42, I'm going to be 42 in 6 months, so we only got 8 more years of this, and then we got to call it the 50-something podcast.
Yeah. Well, if we're still doing it in 8 years, we'll call it the 50-something podcast.
Yeah.
The not-so-40-something podcast. There we go.
Well, this is good. I think this is the earliest we've ever been done because we had no glitches.
Yeah.
So knock on melamine.
Knock on.
Actually, I can't say I got wood everywhere. This whole entire thing is plywood.
That's what she said.
Oh,
who said that? Anyway,
I don't know. Well, guys,
All
thanks
right.
for watching. Thanks for listening. Jerry, thanks for joining.
As always, because I think the show would be kind of one-sided if I wasn't here.
Definitely be one-sided.
Yeah.
It would
Please
just
like
be me,
and subscribe.
be me staring at the camera going, yeah, MK11. Good.
It's great.
Yes,
See you next week.
Don't forget to subscribe to the new channel, guys. New YouTube channel. I'll still link them in all the posts on the website. In fact, the links have already been changed, so it'll take you right to the new YouTube page. So, but yes, like, subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever you want to do. Leave a vile comment.
Yell at us. It's fine.
We don't care. We got tough skin. We're married.
With children.
Oh, yeah? Okay, guys. On that note, we will see you in 2 weeks.
Ish.
Later.
Later.